sorry, that's for a Democrat show.
Let me know when you're ready.
No matter what the technical difficulty is, this man is a professional. He goes all the way.
What you represent to them is freedom.
Was an extremely great conservative commentator. We're tearing it up on Wednesday night. This is awesome. This
will allow me to retort.
Well, this is Jersey Joe for the Reaver of Common Sense show. 8 p.m. on shrmedia.com.
Actually, I just totally screwed up. This show contains language that some viewers may find offensive. Listener discretion is advised. And now on to the show. Check 1, 2. Welcome to the Reaver of Common Sense show. I am your host, Jersey Joe, making sense out of the senseless. The Jersey takeovers here, except when I have a damn software. I don't know what the hell. I got gremlins or something. I have gremlins. I know that the intro was all messed up and everything because I had to play it again because nothing was working. And somehow the settings in my software switched my input. All right, it's Hillary, NSA, and Hillary. That's the story, and I'm going to stick to it. There was Hillary and the NSA hacked in and is messing with my computer. On a serious note, though, Julian Assange, WikiLeaks, their internet access has been shut down. Which is funny because the day before, or right before, you had Joe Biden talking about a major hack the U.S. was doing. Damn, they must have some massive, massive info. Massive info that would put Hillary away. That they had to hack in and shut down so far. But here's the thing I don't think they realized. They have certain protocols put in place because some are wondering if there's rumors floating around at Assange. What the heck? Hold on. Idiots. I'm calling about the dental insurance, affordable dental insurance. Take me off your list. Well, I just want to tell you, no, sir. All I want to hear out of your mouth is take me off. I'm going to take you off your list. Well, I'm just trying to. No, fuck you. Goodbye. When someone tells you to take you off the list, do not call again. That is a sign that they don't want to talk to you, you morons. Oh. Where was? Yeah, they've shut down for right now. WikiLeaks is the internet. I can't watch Fox anymore. Oh, and we're going to talk about Fox, too. We're going to talk about all the news agencies because they are colluding with Hillary. But with the WikiLeaks, they also had, just in case. And there's rumors that Julia Assange is either arrested or killed last night. And there might be some releases sooner. And you also have now CNN. It is illegal to read the WikiLeaks hacked emails. It's illegal. Oh my! These people are running that scared that they have. They're every time I think they're scraping the barrel on desperation, they go a little lower. They go a little lower and a little bit more. Oh. Well, these actually come out. Ooh, we also know how. Oh my God. All right. Hopefully that's the last interruption. I don't know. Sometimes I have callers that call. Some people that call in. They call in when they want to, and that's what I've told them to do. So I double check when they call in. But now there's FBI documents coming out that Undersecretary of State Kennedy asked FBI to make classified Clinton emails unclassified and basically pay them off to do it. This is getting really it's I'm losing my faith in this country. It's really scary what's going on. And the fact that there's so many blind to Hillary's illegal activity. I mean, Jesus Christ. There is in North Carolina the Republican headquarters was firebombed, and one of the walls was spray painted. It's Nazi Republicans leave town or else. Now, it's not shocking to me. It's tactics of the left. And what is a little shocking is the amount of social media that these close-minded people just don't care. Oh, it was Trump. Trump did it. Trump did it. He did it himself. You know, and Nazis do that. You see, they firebomb their own place, and they got the Reichstag going, and what's funny is one guy actually said that just as the Nazis did it and blamed it on the communists, so is Trump. I'm thinking, you're admitting you're communist? It is. Hold on. Dang. It is absolutely terrifying. They firebombed a building. And and now you have a group. Why all of a sudden it sounds like I'm going through puberty? And they blame it on the victim. I shouldn't be surprised. That's typical Republican fashion. The closed-mindedness. The desperation that they are in right now is just shocking. The more they act like this, the more they set in the minds of many Americans that Trump's actually winning and going to win. It's showing. I mean, you wouldn't do this if you were ahead. You wouldn't put out these false sex stories. At least I don't think you would, because as they're falling apart, they are falling apart faster than anything, and it's hurting Hillary. Why would you do that if you're ahead? Why would you take the chance of those false stories falling apart and coming back on the campaign? That I'm looking at that. The numbers? No, not the polls. It's like, holy shit. And then you're firebombing. I was talking with Crash last night. And we honestly are fearful when Trump wins. The violence that will come about. The left is just, they think they're all winners, number one, you know. I don't think they're going to be able to handle Hillary losing. It's scary what's going on. You have a postal worker who's bragging that he destroyed Trump ballots. You have emails that are implicating from Hillary's campaign about placing false ads that would be in the sexual discriminatory agenda about Trump. It's I don't believe anything that's coming out of Hillary's campaign right now. Nothing. And then, I looked at Hillary's schedule. God, there's multiple things scheduled for every day of rallies. And it shows the name who's going to be there. Obama, Biden, Michelle, Brock, Bill Clinton, Chelsea, Podesta. And the only thing Hillary has scheduled is the debate Wednesday. Nothing else. Now that they shut down WikiLeaks for right now, I wonder how quick Hillary will come out of hiding. But I don't think WikiLeaks is done. I really don't. They think just taking down Assad, whatever, Julian, will end everything. I don't think it will. When you're dealing in that world, you have countless hackers that are ready to step up to help. And it's funny. I've been just reading. You see, I mean, well, where the heck the emails on Trump? We're the ones on the Republican. You're so one-sided. You're not going after the Republicans. This isn't fair. You're only going after the Democrats. Hey, dumb fucks. How do you think they've really got famous, WikiLeaks? They attacked the Republicans. They released Bush-hacked files. What was it, on the Iraq War, Afghan War? That whole Middle East shit? And the Democrats thought it was funny. They thought it was great. Oh, look at this guy. He's helping the American people. He's a hero. Oh, they're doing it to Hillary. Oh, the horror. Oh, get the flip off of it. He's already said why he hasn't released anything on Trump, because there's nothing revelation there. There's nothing. What he says in public is what is in his emails. The guy is a socialist, if anything. He doesn't like Hillary, yes. And he shouldn't be interfering with our elections. Well, you know what? Hillary shouldn't be doing such underhanded, illegal activities, and then you wouldn't have this issue. Now, would you? If you didn't have a candidate that was so underhanded, you wouldn't have this issue, period. Oh, my God. I've never seen people stick up for a bunch of criminals as bad as I've seen the Democrats. You know, I got a meme out there I made. I don't make many because they're not fact. Well, anybody can make them, so kind of like they're not like the end-all be-all to me. But it really makes me laugh with Democrats. They always say with guns, if it saves just one kid's life, just one kid, banning a gun would be worth it, just saving one kid. Except if saving one kid came about by, stopping Muslims from coming in that are from high terror areas. Unless it was to stop abortion. Unless it was to actually put to death these convicted murderers that we have in jail, then no, we can't do that. We have to be cautious. We have to let people choose. But other than that, when it comes to guns, we can ban for the kids. Kind of convenient, isn't it, for you jackasses? It's... It drives me nuts. And I'm glad to hear with the firebombing, it's not going to stop them. If they think they were going to tuck tail and run, And it doesn't matter whether you're Republican, Democrat, or Independent. All Americans should be outraged by this hate-filled, violent attack against our democracy. Period. The left talks about violence, and I keep seeing it come from the left. Oh, and now when you bring it up about BLM, oh, no. They have nothing to do with the Democrat Party. They're not part of us. Nope. Oh, now it's separation from them. When it's convenient, they're part of the Democrat Party. When it's not convenient, nope. The Democrats, they have nothing to do with any of the violence that has bestowed the Republican primary. They have nothing to do with all the riots that are going on in this country. Nope. Give me a break. One person gets punched, and oh my God, it's the end of the world! Get the fuck off your high horse. It's getting bad in this country. It really is. You know, Hillary says that she wants to drone somebody, and it's a joke. Trump tells that the Second Amendment people will stand up for everybody's right. Oh, my God, he wants her killed. Talk about that double standard. Oh, Huh. I gotta look this up during the break. Oh, some idiots. Some people are just idiots. And some people just, that this idiot that says that they work at the post office and love ripping up ballots thinks it's a joke. And, oh, I got a story written about me. Holy shit. It just... I can't believe this idiot actually thinks it's funny. Well, it's... A lot of these are just nothing but paid trolls. And I thought it was a myth at one time. Nah. Especially after this past primary. And I had someone really attack me. And I recently I was looking through some messages, and I saw the messages that he had sent me, but it was missing a name. And I looked for the profile, and it was gone. And he was a paid shill. And that's what this is. It's ridiculous and disgusting. challenges. And what's funny is the person's so proud that they deleted their tweet. And with that, it's that time for a break. You're listening to the Reaver of Common Sense right here on SHR Media, High Plains Pundit Radio, ICRN Network, Red Nation Rising Radio, YouTube, Spreaker, and iTunes. We will be right back.
Listening to the SHR Media Network.
Now, Brownells, we know you may have only one shot to harvest that trophy, so we have thousands of accessories and replacement parts to improve your chances. We know how much you love to shoot, so our gunsmiths articles and videos will help you do more and get more out of your guns. We also value your hard work and money. That's why only Brownells backs up everything we sell with a 100% unconditional lifetime guarantee. Brownells, the world's largest supplier of firearm accessories and gunsmithing tools.
Breaking news. According to the latest report coming out of SHR Media, a merchandise store to support both the Reaver of Common Sense and SHR Media has just been unleashed to the general public. Be forewarned that this site can be contagious and numerous items can be purchased to support the best news programming. Go to Reaver.one website and click on the store link to check out the merchandise.
You have been listening to Reaver of Common Sense, hosted by my dad, Jersey Joe. Beware, the Jersey Takeover is here. Every Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You can catch the Reaver of Common Sense show, hosted by Jersey Joe, right here on shrmedia.com and highplainsdailynews.com. Only Jersey can deliver hell like no one else, so consider this your fair warning.
In a world controlled by corrupt politicians,
You got a business. That you didn't build that.
a team of ordinary men emerge from the ashes to give voice to the voiceless and hope to the hopeless. Sackhead Sean.
Dude, I'm not saying cow for the stupid pro.
Sackhead Clint.
All good friends of ours usually show up drunk.
Also starring Sacco as the producer.
I'm a little bit drunk, 'cause I'm drinking.
They are the Sackheads Radio Show. Every Wednesday at 8 p.m. Pacific on shrmedia.com.
Every Wednesday night, 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, you can catch the Southside Mutt Show with its hosts, the Jersey Boys, Jersey Joe and Crash, right here on SHR Media and High Plains Pundit Radio, where we will be digging up the dirt.
Times are dark. The people misled by corrupt politicians, lied to by establishment media, and deceived by the false messages of Islam. A nation in confusion needs a guide. It needs a man with a cane. I'm Dave Milner. Join me on Spreaker, SHR Media, High Plains Talk Radio, Live Rebooting Liberty, and YouTube for a unique brand of commentary on the unpleasant blind guide. Because truth is not always pleasant.
If you miss a show, don't worry. You can catch the replays two ways, rebootingliberty.com or the reaverofcommonsense.com. While you're there on Reaver of Common Sense, don't forget, drop in your email and keep up to date on everything going on, or click the like button on the Facebook widget. Now on to the Reaver of Common Sense.
Listening to the SHR Media Network.
This show contains language that some viewers may find offensive. Listener discretion is advised. And now on to the show. And welcome back to the Reaver of Common Sense. I am your host, Jersey Joe, and I'm trying to make sense out of the senseless. The Jersey Takeover is here. We have expanded to 2 hours every Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. If you want to If you want to support the show and support SHR Media, go to reaver.1/shop. Hi. I have no idea why I'm frogging up like that. Like I said, maybe I'm going through second puberty or something. I don't know. That was George Zimmerman in the... So the man that shot at George Zimmerman during, I think it was a road rage incident, has been sentenced to 20 years in prison. Now, I don't like George Zimmerman. I think he's a scumbag. But so far he's been, and it's, I can see the humor, the irony in that. It just, right now on Twitter also you have movie titles to describe election. I Know What You Deleted Last Summer. One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest, starring Hillary. I have no idea what that is. Titanic. And they got Hillary and Trump as the lead. That was kind of sick to see. Gone in 60 Seconds. Clueless. Donald and Hillary's Excellent Adventure. White House Has Fallen. A lot of good ones in both ways. I find it funny. Yeah, Amy Schumer was here in Tampa, and she's written some very nasty stuff about Tampa people. And then she decided to go on a Trump tantrum. So she started to get booed. So she started having security throw people out for booing her. And all 200 people between her throwing them out and getting up, leaving, over 200 people left. I mean, what they spent that kind of money to go see that woman for, I wouldn't know. You couldn't give the ticket to me. You couldn't pay me to go see that vile, sorry excuse for a human being. It just... So let's... One of the... it's not WikiLeaks. One of the other hackers has released documents. And it gives a look into the Democrat Party and Hillary on how far they will go. And it seems they had meetings with certain news shows. And it kind of makes sense because it just, they were colluding with these news shows and networks. You have at MSNBC live with Tamron Hall team, Chris Hayes team, Maddow team, Diaz Ballard. CNN, you got Anderson Cooper, Aaron Burnett, Don Lime. They met with Reuters video team, BuzzFeed team, now this team. And one that was shocked, but it wasn't a shock, at Fox News. America's Newsroom Headquarter team, Sam Shepard reporting team, Kelly File team, and O'Reilly Factor team. And you think that in? They are having meetings with Hillary Clinton. And it's funny, now all of a sudden, they're backing a Democrat. They have meetings with them. It's absolutely this. I haven't trusted, won't trust so-called mainstream media. They report for ratings, not for truth. None of them. And I've said that for a while. I stopped Fox News a long time ago. Just on the simple fact that I don't want... I expand my horizons for number one. Number two, that's the way don't hear the, well, you're just going to Fox. No, not really. And it's funny when the liberals do that. Well, you're just going to Fox for your news. Well, do you just go to MSNBC, CNN? Oh, no, I go around looking for my information. Don't you assume? Well, asshole, you just assumed about me. I always loved that one. Don't you assume about me. Well, don't assume about me, jackass. And in great news, finally the law is doing what it's supposed to do. Following the law. Judge strikes down Sandy Hook suit against AR-15 manufacturer. Connecticut Superior Court Judge Barbara Bellis has struck down the lawsuit that Sandy Hook elementary families had brought against Remington Arms. Now, you got to remember, Adam Lanza stole his weapon and then killed 26 innocent children. Do I feel sorry for these parents? Yes, I do. My heart goes out to them. Are they being used in a political game? Yes, they are. And they're the ones that are getting hurt by it. There is federal laws in place. It's a 2005 Lawful Protection of Commerce in Arms Act, which protects gun manufacturers from being sued in instances where the gun in question was legally made and sold. They cannot control what these nut jobs do. Adam Lanza stole that weapon. He didn't buy it. He stole it. It was reported in the court documents in the filing. There is one tragically predictable civilian activity in which the AR-15 reigns supreme: mass shootings. Time and again, mentally unstable individuals and criminals have acquired the AR-15 with ease, and they have unleashed the rifle's lethal power on our streets. That's filled with so many misconceptions and outright lies. The AR-15 by no means reigns supreme in mass shootings. AR-15 is used in such a small amount of shootings. Handguns are by far the weapon of choice. Shotguns, very popular. It's not the weapon that's used. It's always the location, which is gun-free zones. Adam Lanza did not acquire a AR-15 with ease. He had to steal it. In fact, he killed his mother to get it. Even Sanders does not feel that the family should be able to sue the gun manufacturer. During the primaries, he was asked by New York Daily News, there's a case currently waiting to be ruled on in Connecticut. The victims of Sandy Hook Massacre are looking to have the right to sue for damages the manufacturer of the weapon. Do you think that is something that should be expanded? His response was, do I think the victims of a crime with a gun should be able to sue the manufacturer? Is that your question? They responded, correct, which Sanders replied, no, I don't. Let me tell you something, little story. It's been well documented on my show. I've talked about my father's shooting. I was talking to my dad yesterday. And one of the things we talked about was this lawsuit. And my father told me that his lawyer had said that we had the right to sue the gun manufacturer, the ammo manufacturer, every component. And my father turned it down. Because it's not their fault. It's not their fault. Now, there's been issues where manufacturers have sold directly to illegal organizations, knowing that there were going to be crimes committed. Yes, that's different. This is, people are buying it and using it for an unlawful purpose, or stealing it and using it for an unlawful purpose. Company cannot control that. So, I'm glad to see a judge is finally following the law. It's... And no, it's not a loophole. I'm I am sick of this pounce on the gun for everything. I don't hear the Democrats going after pressure cookers. And yes, by their own logic, they should be. You're never going to make the people safe, period. Never. And there's always going to be racism. There's always going to be a danger. Nothing is going to change that. We could try to help, but for the most part, no. Banning guns, whatever they want to call it, because it's nothing more. Nothing else more than that. They are trying to ban guns. And yes, when you spend millions of dollars on a think tank on how to ban guns, and that think tank comes back and recommends a certain plan of action, you put that plan of action into action. Yes, you are trying to ban guns. No, I'm not going to go step by step. I've done it time and time again. No. Do the research yourselves. Quit yipping the same old shit. It's tiresome. From what we're hearing, too, there's a lot more WikiLeaks to come. And there's been some damaging, if the media would actually friggin' report on it instead of ignoring it. But the thing, you know what? People are looking. There's a Google stats, and compared from Trump's sexual assault, Trump mean words, all these different search combination compared to the WikiLeaks documents. Oh, everybody's looking for the WikiLeaks documents. They're not looking for these fake accusations. No matter how much CNN, MSNBC, and Fox push it, nobody's believing it. Simple-minded people might be falling for it. People with more than one brain cell are understanding this is nothing but a political ploy by Hillary Clinton because they are losing. And don't. Well, the polls say. Yeah. Jeez, there's a lot of damning ones that are already out there. And again, I said it earlier, the Democrats' biggest argument is, where are the Trump files? Where are the Republican files? No, it's so one-sided. Get a life. It shows how little you pay attention. It shows how little you actually look into information. And all these accusations was a way to silence Trump attacking Bill Clinton. NFL ratings even fell further. Surprise. Surprise, surprise, surprise. It's we're in dangerous time, people. America is not what it was. I think Obama's presidency damaged us more than we thought. It's we're in some territory. This country I don't know. Sorry, I was looking something up real quick. We are going down a path that, and I've been saying we've been going down this path that's not good. And I don't know if we can turn it around to get back to where we were. Because nobody's going to trust the same, think the same. It's going to be weird. Even if Trump gets in, they are going to fight him tooth and nail. The socialists are not progressives, whatever you want to call. They're not going to go down without a fight. I don't know. Oh, it's that time. You're listening to the Reaver of Common Sense right here on SHR Media, High Plains Planet Radio, ICRN Network, Red Nation Rising Radio, YouTube, Spreaker, and iTunes. We will be right back.
Listening to the SHR Media Network.
Now, Brownells, we know you may have only one shot to harvest that trophy, so we have thousands of accessories and replacement parts to improve your chances. We know how much you love to shoot, so our gunsmiths articles and videos will help you do more and get more out of your guns. We also value your hard work and money. That's why only Brownells backs up everything we sell with a 100% unconditional lifetime guarantee. Brownells, the world's largest supplier of firearm accessories and gunsmithing tools.
Breaking news. According to the latest report coming out of SHR Media, a merchandise store to support both the Reaver of Common Sense and SHR Media has just been unleashed to the general public. Be forewarned that this site can be contagious and numerous items can be purchased to support the best news programming. Go to Reaver.one website and click on the store link to check out the merchandise.
Listening to Reaver of Common Sense, hosted by my dad, Jersey Joe. Beware, the Jersey Takeover is here. Every Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You can catch the Reaver of Common Sense show, hosted by Jersey Joe, right here on shrmedia.com and highplainsdailynews.com. Only Jersey can deliver hell like no one else, so consider this your fair warning.
In a world controlled by corrupt politicians,
You got a business. That you didn't build that.
a team of ordinary men emerge from the ashes to give voice to the voiceless and hope to the hopeless. Sackhead Sean,
Dude, I'm not saying cop for the stupid pro.
Sackhead Clint,
All good friends of ours usually show up drunk.
also starring Sacco as the producer.
I'm a little bit drunk, 'cause I'm drinking.
They are the Sackheads Radio Show. Every Wednesday at 8 p.m. Pacific on shrmedia.com.
Every Wednesday night, 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, you can catch the Southside Mutt Show with its hosts, the Jersey Boys, Jersey Joe and Crash, right here on SHR Media and High Plains Pundit Radio, where we will be digging up the dirt.
Times are dark. The people misled by corrupt politicians, lied to by establishment media, and deceived by the false messages of Islam. A nation in confusion needs a guide. It needs a man with a cane. I'm Dave Milner. Join me on Spreaker, SHR Media, High Plains Talk Radio, Live Rebooting Liberty, and YouTube for a unique brand of commentary on the unpleasant blind guide. Because truth is not always pleasant.
If you miss a show, don't worry. You can catch the replays two ways, rebootingliberty.com or the reaverofcommonsense.com. While you're there on Reaver of Common Sense, don't forget, drop in your email and keep up to date on everything going on, or click the like button on the Facebook widget. Now on to the Reaver of Common Sense.
Listening to the SHR Media Network.
This show contains language that some viewers may find offensive. Listener discretion is advised. And now on to the show. And welcome back to the Reaver of Common Sense. I am your host, Jersey Joe, and I'm making sense out of the senseless. The Jersey Takeover is here. We have expanded to 2 hours every Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Do you want to support the show? Do you want to support SHR Media? Or do you just want a fucking kick-ass t-shirt? Go to reaver.one/shop, or just go to reaver.one and click the shop button. There are so many WikiLeaks right now, it's not even funny. And this is just on Podesta. It's holy. We found out that Clinton dreams of a world with open trade and open borders. Every American should understand that Democrats and plenty of Republicans are fighting an all-out war against national sovereignty. Sure, Democrats want new voters, and Republicans' interest in, they want cheap labor. But they also share a mutual desire to increase the distance between the ruling class and the voters. In the globalist future, political and business titans will stand on top of the world without having to worry about fulfilling annoying duties to grubby little voters, with nostalgic memories of the days when American politics served American interests. Globalism means we'll never be able to vote against anything. I've said it. It's more that this election year is nationalist versus globalism. And a lot of people are waking up just to that fact alone. I am a U.S. citizen. I live on planet Earth, yes, but I'm a U.S. citizen. If I wanted to have any other place of residency, I would move there. Clinton courted business elites to support a liberal agenda to beat back populism. Clinton's speeches, including numerous examples of something that's hardly news or unique to her, but a very important harbinging of things to come if she gets into the White House. Democrats serve their votes a steady stream of anti-business, anti-wealth rhetoric, but they are keenly interested in using big business to promote the agenda of big government. Some of the examples in the leaked speeches, such as Clinton's urging business interests to beat back the Tea Party and support open border immigration, are points of common interest with the GOP establishment. Clinton campaign coordinated with super PACs. Let me say that again. Clinton campaign coordinated with super PACs. Even though it's illegal, they still chose to coordinate with super PACs. Hillary says she's above the law. That's... She talks about getting big money and dark money out of politics. But she's the one that takes the most in. There's documents of her campaign talking about whether they should allow foreign lobbyists to donate. Whether that would be bad or not, and one of the final emails talks about, well, how much money would we lose compared to how much trouble we would get into. It's sobering. Clinton admits that she has different public and private positions on Wall Street reform. Again, this shouldn't surprise anyone, but it's always useful to catch a politician actually admitting she isn't honest with the public on issues, especially an issue of keen interest to the Democrats who opposed her in the primary. And the same issue, she admits she's out of touch with ordinary Americans and far removed from middle-class life, which was a refreshing bit of unattended candor from such a sanctimonious fucking politician. Lastly, she said it was an oversimplification to blame banks for the 2008 financial meltdown, which is true, and greatly understating the truth of Democrat politicians' culpability. At that, but not at all what Democrat hyper-partisans want to hear from their leader. Clinton campaign asked about using White House executive privilege to hide emails from Congress. Think we should hold emails to and from POTUS? That's the heart of his executive privilege. We could get them to ask for that. John Podesta, current Clinton campaign chair and former White House counsel, wrote to Hillary's aide Cheryl Mills. Even as the House Benghazi Committee was writing a subpoena for Clinton's long-hidden correspondence, it's absolutely shocking that Team Clinton would think President Barack Obama was willing to abuse executive privilege to hide vital information from Congress. Wherever did they get that outrageous idea? Clinton campaign looked for political support from needy Latinos. This is the perfect example of an email change that would set the media on fire if it came from a Republican political campaign. They seem to have been talking about Latino politicians who were needy rather than herds of Latino voters, but they were using colorful insults to some of those politicians. Again, if that was a Republican political campaign, the media would be all over it like flies on shit. Mind-numbing. Speechless. Absolutely speechless. Every time I think I get to the top of the hill, nope. It's collusion with State Department on managing Clinton's email scandal. It's pretty clear from these emails that Clinton team knew she broke the law, but they were justifiably confident they could trump the rule of law with politics and plenty of help from their good friends in the Obama administration. Other emails illustrate the Clintons' team conviction that all Democrat scandals can be overcome with distraction and delaying tactics, counting on that 90% of Democrat media to be easily distracted and to stay quiet while stonewalls are constructed. You will see more collusion and stonewalling in future Democrat administrations, building on the precedent Barack Obama and Hillary Clinton established. The next Republican administration that tries it will get a swift and brutal lesson in why scandal management only works when the administrative state and media support the party in power. Journalists secretly working as excited volunteers for Clinton Kaine 2016. Another one to file under no big surprise. But still nice to see it on paper. Oh my God. It's... The press loved Barack so much and was childishly easy for him to spin at will. And it's even worse with the Hillary campaign. They're her donors. Clinton Foundation contributors. Often her former and future employees. If you thought that the media couldn't be less interested in holding a president accountable than Obama, if Hillary wins, you're in for a shock of your fucking life. It's... It's not good. And this is not Trump. This is media. The media actually covered. There'd be next to no support for Hillary. Planting the seed of revolution in the middle-aged dictatorship of the Catholic Church. Democrats views Christians in almost exactly the terms they adamantly refuse to apply to Islamic supremacists. They are also very determined to infiltrate institutions that resist liberalism, subverting them from within and destroying them if they refuse to be subverted. Just look at the NFL. Hillary is quoted as saying many, many years ago, if you can't beat them from the outside, beat them from the inside. And that's what she has done. That's what that whole movement did from the late 60s, early 70s. They couldn't beat it from the outside, so they have become part of it. And they're now beating it from the inside. It's... A buddy of mine just posted a good question. They're making sure that all emergencies, police, fire, EMS, so forth and so on, they all have to carry Narcan for free. Administer it for free. Narcan basically reverses heroin and saves people's lives. And it's for free. So we're saving drug addicts. Everybody deserves to be saved, okay? But we're saving drug addicts for free. But EpiPens are over $600. And it's not free. They are both equally life-saving medications. And this isn't pounce on the company for raising the price over $600. This is how we are. Because I know the Democrats are jumping all over it, but it's a Hillary friend that raised the price. It's really, I don't know, really weird. Clinton cash panicked the campaign. They knew how bad the stuff was, and they wasted no time devising strategies to spin it away. They didn't have much trouble convincing the press to stop bugging Clinton about the galaxy of Clinton Foundation scandals, did they? Would Republicans, the media works hard to set up denials that look uncomfortable and which they think can be demolished by later revelations. With Democrats, not so much. Flip-flopping on TPP. It's amazing that a single Sanders voter ever believed Clinton was honest about opposing the TPP, but evidently most of them did, or else they never really cared about the issue as much as they claimed to. Leaked emails reveal how Clinton was not comfortable with attacking the trade deal she once gushed over as the gold standard for such agreements, but she knew she had to pretend to oppose it to placate union bosses and woo the Sanders supporters. Clinton campaign staff talked about her integrity as though it was a stack of poker chips, deeming it reasonable to sacrifice a little integrity to keep the Sanders insurrection under control. Gun control. Cherry-picked data and executive orders. Democrats are going to lose patience over voter opposition to their gun control agenda and begin imposing it. As soon as they no longer have to worry about losing a tough election in the near future, they often worry about the potential backlash from Democrat voters in key states who support gun rights. But they'll stop worrying about that soon, especially if Clinton does extremely well in those states. A packed Supreme Court will make her even bolder about chipping away at the Second Amendment. No one should be surprised that Democrats like to pick and choose which crimes the public should focus upon in order to sell the gun control agenda. Iran deal was the greatest appeasement since Chamberlain gave Czechoslovakia to Hitler. What more can I say about it that hasn't been said? What more? While the Democrats figure out how to spin this away, the rest of us can reflect that Clinton, Podesta, and other old hands in our inner circle probably have a significant difference of opinion with Barack and his teenage punk approach to foreign policy. Obama and his weird little gang of young advisors thought it would be a great idea to do the opposite of everything his predecessors did, Republican and Democratic alike. The Clinton group worked in one of those preceding administrations. However, Miss Clinton and all of her loyal retainers were willing to stifle their objection to Obama's foreign policy in the name of party loyalty, even when those objections hinted at a future nuclear war. This deal condemns the next generation to cleaning up a nuclear war in the Persian Gulf. And the Democrats do not give a shit. Clinton wanted to run against Donald Trump in 2016, which I really don't think they did. The three campaigns that it said was Trump, Carson, and Cruz. Clinton knew Libya was a disaster. Her hindsight about the bloody, world-destabilizing fallout from the overthrow of Gaddafi and the inability of the new Libyan government to provide security for Americans was 2020. But what good does that do anyone, especially the Americans who died in Benghazi? It's laughable to hear Clinton and her supporters brag about her great resume. Her resume is the world outside your window, and what she says about it to her big donors is very different from what she says to the general public. Foreign government donors, all the money is in. That one's pretty much self-explanatory. But the Clinton team is much more relaxed about discussing big bucks from overseas amongst themselves. They don't want the public thinking about how much support Clinton gets from foreign interest or dwelling on how unsavory some of those interests are. They were reluctant to disclose all those foreign donors to the Obama administration as they promised, but the leaked emails show they are very well aware of how important that imported cash is. This particular email seems to concern locking down foreign financial support for the Clinton Foundation in case Mrs. and Mr. Clinton find themselves back in the White House next year. Think about it. They took, $25 million from Saudi Arabia? $5 million for Qatar? And the list goes on and on and on and on like that. The Clintons are bought and paid for by foreign companies, and they don't care. As long as they get paid, they do not care one bit. The Clinton Foundation audit reveals it may have misled the IRS. One of the perks of the Clinton hood is that you can file taxes incorrectly, suffer no penalty whatsoever, and refile the paperwork years later. A 2011 audit of the Clinton Foundation requested by Chelsea Clinton discovered that despite sworn statements to the IRS, the foundation didn't write or enforce the required conflict of interest policy. And when you know it, some conflict of interest do seem to have cropped up. 2 years later, long after Hillary Clinton's resigned as Secretary of State, gift acceptance policies were still a work in progress. Promise one thing, do another. She brags how I promised I would do this and this and this if I am given the chance to be Secretary of State. And that's as far as it went. You're listening to the Reaver of Common Sense right here on SHR Media, High Plains Pundit Radio, ICRN Network, Red Nation Rising Radio, YouTube, Speaker, and iTunes. We will be right back.
Listening to the SHR Media Network. Now, Brownells, we know you may have only one shot to harvest that trophy, so we have thousands of accessories and replacement parts to improve your chances. We know how much you love to shoot, so our gunsmiths articles and videos will help you do more and get more out of your guns. And we also value your hard work and money. That's why only Brownells backs up everything we sell with a 100% unconditional lifetime guarantee. Brownells, the world's largest supplier of firearm accessories and gunsmithing tools.
Breaking news. According to the latest report coming out of SHR Media, a merchandise store to support both the Reaver of Common Sense and SHR Media has just been unleashed to the general public. Be forewarned that this site can be contagious and numerous items can be purchased to support the best news programming. Go to Reaver.one website and click on the store link to check out the merchandise.
to Reaver of Common Sense, hosted by my dad, Jersey Joe. Beware, the Jersey Takeover is here. Every Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You can catch the Reaver of Common Sense show, hosted by Jersey Joe, right here on shrmedia.com and highplainsdailynews.com. Only Jersey can deliver hell like no one else, so consider this your fair warning.
In a world controlled by corrupt politicians,
You got a business. That you didn't build that.
a team of ordinary men emerge from the ashes to give voice to the voiceless and hope to the hopeless. Sackhead Sean,
Dude, I'm not saying cop for the stupid pro.
Sackhead Clint,
All good friends of ours usually show up drunk.
also starring Sacco as the producer.
I'm a little bit drunk, I'm a little bit drunk, 'cause I'm drinking, drinking, drinking.
They are the Sackheads Radio Show. Every Wednesday at 8 p.m. Pacific on shrmedia.com.
Every Wednesday night, 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, you can catch the Southside Mutt Show with its host, the Jersey Boys, Jersey Joe and Crash, right here on SHR Media and High Plains Pundit Radio, where we will be digging up the dirt.
Times are dark. The people misled by corrupt politicians, lied to by establishment media, and deceived by the false messages of Islam. A nation in confusion needs a guide. It needs a man with a cane. I'm Dave Milner. Join me on Spreaker, SHR Media, High Plains Talk Radio, Live Rebooting Liberty, and YouTube for a unique brand of commentary on the unpleasant blind guide. Because truth is not always pleasant.
If you miss a show, don't worry. You can catch the replays two ways, rebootingliberty.com or the reverbcommonsense.com. While you're there on Reaver of Common Sense, don't forget, drop in your email and keep up to date on everything going on, or click the like button on the Facebook widget. Now on to the Reaver of Common Sense.
Listening to the SHR Media Network.
This show contains language that some viewers may find offensive. Listener discretion is advised. And now on to the show.
And welcome back to the Reaver of Common Sense. I am your host, Jersey Joe, and I am making sense out of the senseless. The Jersey show has expanded. Well, the Reaver of Common Sense show has expanded. It's 2 hours every Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. If you want to support the show and support SHR Media, go to reaver.1/shop. And you can listen to me stammer and stutter as I screw up. Obama and Holder have launched a super PAC. Great. And it's to redistrict America. It will concentrate on redoing districts. When there is leaked documents that this is one of their little plans. They are playing with they're in collusion with these companies that does the redistricting. And they're doing it in favor of the Democrats. Cal! I missed you. Kel just jumped in the chat room. I know she has been busy with personal life, and her own show is taken off. Holy shit. I'm jealous, Kel. I am jealous. I'm very proud. Yeah, so Eric Holder and Obama are now creating a super PAC to redistrict America in a fair way. Yeah. Okay. I'll hold my breath on that one. It's... Damn. Political's own poll, and I'll talk more tomorrow on it, 41% believe of Politico says the election can be stolen from Trump. Damn. That's bad. So, all right. Let's see, where are we? Kane has said that there's no apology necessary for his staffers making comments about Catholics. Catholicism. And he says that he doesn't think you need to apologize for your opinion. So when scumbag pieces of shit Democrats make these comments, it's an opinion. When a Republican says it, it's offensive and needs to be apologized. They don't have a right to their opinion. They must put things properly. Typical hypocrite Democrat. Do as I say, not as I do. We have seen it multiple times. We have video of Hillary Clinton's staff saying they can that they're tearing up and could tear up votes. They could grab co-workers' asses. They could do all this stuff and they wouldn't get in trouble because they work for Hillary Clinton. And then run and deny these statements are ever said when it's on audio. Let me see if I got that clip still. I had it for last week's show, and I forgot to play it. 17. Here it is.
They're not going to fire me. They're not going to fire me. I would have to, grab Emma's ass twice. I think that the bar of, acceptable conduct on this campaign is pretty low. I said, in order for me to be fired, I'd probably have to grab Emma's ass, twice.
So what you just saw was a Hillary Clinton staffer saying all bets are off at his locker room campaign office.
In order for me to be fired, I'd probably have to grab Emma's ass, twice.
So let's recap. News organizations across the world broadcasted for days on end a hot mic conversation between Trump and media personality 11 years ago. Undercover recordings of sex talk are apparently all the rage.
And when you're a star, they let you do it. You can do anything.
Whatever you want.
Grab them by the pussy. You can do anything.
So let's get this straight. Trump's grab them by the generated wall-to-wall TV coverage and generated the narrative that this is his true character and how he acts with women. Therefore, because of the precedent set by the mainstream media, I expect wall-to-wall coverage of this Hillary staffer bragging about the ease they can commit sexual harassment inside Hillary's campaign and not get fired. And to add insult to injury, the staffer who actually said, grab him by the ass and you won't get fired, he actually retweeted that the Oval Office is not a locker room. Again, Trump said,
grab him by the pussy.
HRC staffer said,
grab Emma's ass, twice. No, they're not going to fire me.
Trump,
grab him by the pussy.
Hillary staffer,
grab Emma's ass, twice.
Trump,
pussy.
Hillary,
ass, twice.
So this begs the question, Is Hillary's campaign more of a locker room than the Access Hollywood bus?
Volunteer who said she wants to go to Hillary's thing at Coral Springs.
Tell her to get in line.
I told her to fuck off and volunteer for you this weekend because it's a weekend of action and you can't win votes.
I don't know anything about that.
Hey, Wiley, I'd just like to ask you a little bit about the sexual conduct going on with the Hillary campaign. Is the bar pretty low?
Sorry, guys, could you go inside? Could you go inside?
Is did you say you'd have to grab Emma's ass twice to get reprimanded?
Sorry, bud. I'm going to have to ask you to leave.
All right.
Thank you.
We're out of here.
I had some guy, I was out doing video earlier this week, and I had a guy who's walking around, and he said something about how to make America great again, and the media was I could tell he was probably going to come and ask me what I was doing, so I was just nope, I'm outside, I'll see you later, bye, time to leave, so I just moved to the outside of the parking lot where I was.
Oh, so you totally avoided him?
Totally avoided him.
Yeah, because you thought
he just hit me with the Make America Great Again. I was like,
Oh, so you thought he was a Trump supporter?
I thought he was a Trump supporter coming to register. So I was like, I'm going to leave now. I'll see you later. And just bolted.
The only thing we've kind of added is if someone registers as a Democrat, we also have the option of letting them to register to vote by mail.
Okay.
So if they register Democrat, we say, great, we're also offering folks the opportunity to vote by mail. So they just fill out this form as well, and we keep it.
When did they register as Republican?
Yeah, we don't.
We don't give them to them? Okay.
So there's definitely a double standard within the Hillary campaign, especially when they're registering. They're walking away from, if they're a possibility that they are a Republican supporter, they are not giving out full information to conservative or Republican registering. They're making comments, and the language that they're using is no different. But nobody is going to get fired. It's everything acceptable. They can say it, but nobody else can. Yeah, Kel, it's been a while. It was right before you left for vacation. I'm just appalled. I'm sick. I'm tired of this attack from all sides and then justifying it. They're nothing better than criminals. Well, Hillary says she didn't do it. Well, there's jail full of people that say they didn't do it also. Trump says that he didn't make those sexual advances on any of these women, but you're still convicting him already. It's kind of funny with that. Most people are tired of this Trump and the women business. It's a political ploy. And supposedly they had this information a long time and sat on it. Well, if he was this sexual predator, why didn't they come out before? They sat and put women at danger for political reasons. All these years, no one's a hint. Never. Sorry, there was the one time his ex-wife accused him of some shenanigans, which she immediately retracted and said that she was trying to hurt him because she was upset about the divorce. It's never. He starts running for president, all of a sudden, we have these reports from 30 years ago. And what makes it worse, it's from women that have direct connection to Hillary Clinton's campaign. Please. Then maybe that's why Hillary's going off into hiding. Hillary is in hiding right now. And LZ Granderson was on Sunday, ABC's This Week, said that Democratic presidential nominee Hillary Clinton is off the campaign trail to avoid answering questions about the damaging WikiLeaks stories of last week about several of her and her staff. But if you go to Reaver.1, I got posted screenshots of her schedule for the rest of this month. The only thing she is scheduled for is the debate. She has everybody else campaigning for her. She's not even doing a fundraiser in London, which makes me beg the question, why are we fundraising in London? Nothing against London, but she's crying about foreign interference. It's... I can't wait till those wiki documents dump. And just because they cut his internet or may have arrested him doesn't mean that those files aren't going to be dumped. It seems he has plans in place that if something happens to him, that can still release these files. And this country is not doing good. And don't get me wrong, I don't care about people having conversation into U.S. election. It is pretty important. But where I find it the hypocritical and kind of like I like to throw it back in people's faces, when they start crying that Russia's trying to interfere and don't need foreign interference, that's kind of stupid when I hear it from Canadians, when I hear it from UK residents, Australia. It's... Wow. You're going to tell me, as you're a foreign nationalist, that nobody should be interfering with our elections as you're interfering with our elections. Listen, we can have the conversation all day long. I don't care. It's... Yeah, women objectify men. I have been told by women they were grabbing me by the cock of gun to take me outside and do some very unspeakable things to me. I mean, I never was offended. Well, one time I was. Whew, that one scared me. That one really scared me. The women do it just as much. And it's, that's not the locker room I've been in. Never been in a firehouse, have you? I've heard something. I mean, there was always a standing joke. A joke that we would talk about when we were pissed at our wives. We were going to rent a chipper, get a party boat, take our wives out fishing, and then come back without the wives. We stopped joking when someone actually, not within the firehouse, somebody in New Jersey actually did that. But it was a joke. Things are said in private. You know, and this, I'm offended because he said pussy. Well, if he said pussycat, would you still be offended? Pussy willow? And oh my God. It's... I wouldn't mind. It doesn't offend me if you thought that way. Hell, I'd take it as a compliment. It's ridiculous, and it's fake outrage we're seeing because they're not getting outraged over the other side of the conversation. Why aren't they outraged that Hillary has disappeared? I mean, she's disappeared. And nobody says anything. Trump's out there hitting 120,000 people watching his rallies and having 20-some thousand at the rallies. And then Megyn Kelly's tweeting about the weakest candidate ever. Megyn Kelly, you've been found out. There's the leaked documents of you and your staff having meeting with Hillary. It wasn't to talk about tea or grandbabies or golf. Just these emails from WikiLeaks, and yes, Cal, we need more of them, and I think we're still going to get them. Whether Julian Assange has been taken into custody, whether he's dead, we will get more, and I think we'll get a lot more if that actually happened, because he put out 3 tweets yesterday. And there was a lot of code involved in them. And they had names attached to them. From what I've read and from my knowledge of stuff, it was a tag that's attached to files and emails. It doesn't open up anything, but those tags prove that he has certain information. So, I'm it's kind of like he threw out I'm not bullshitting, I have this information, and then with Joe Biden the day before saying there's a major hack coming, he gets shut down. Our government is that afraid. They're that afraid of the information he has. It's I'm trying to. There's supposedly some live video, but it's 4 years ago. I don't know. It's WikiLeaks is back to tweeting. The FBI files on Hillary #Clinton has been updated with another 100 pages and includes handy ebook reader format. If they thought they shut them down, they're sadly mistaken. They're not shutting them down anytime soon, whether arrested or not. They will continue, and there's going to be more documents. And the only thing the Democrats are doing at this time is trying to hide they're trying to hide. So I don't think the American people are putting up with the bullshit like they used to, buying the lies. And I don't think... I have faith, and maybe I'm being a little naive. I really don't think Hillary's going to win this election. I really don't. I just see too much panic, too much desperation coming from those supporting Hillary Clinton, from the media, from the campaign, from Hillary herself, all the way down to the paid trolls. They are desperate. They are mudslinging like no tomorrow. As I talked about at the beginning of the show, why would you allow these false accusations to come out if you were ahead? It does no good, because as it gets busted and torn apart, it makes her campaign look bad and cheap. That's how how bad she's doing. The media screaming that there's no support, nobody wants Trump, nobody. But then you look at the rallies and the tens of thousands that are showing up for the rallies, the 100,000s that are watching the rallies. The violence that's being besieged, cars being vandalized, people being attacked, the firebombing of a Republican headquarters. They're desperate. You have a Harvard professor, Kahali Muhammad, who's screaming that Trump is exciting racial violence and intimidation at the polls. They're trying everything. They're throwing everything. Oh, and real quick before we're done with the show, because we're getting towards the end, John Podesta had emailed that he had hoped that, when Chris Hayes had emailed that the reporter's name, or the reports the shooter's name, NBC News now reporting a U.S. citizen named Saeed Farouk, believed to be one of the people involved in the shooting. John Podesta's response was that he had wished it'd be better if a guy named Saeed Farouk was reporting that a guy named Christopher Hayes was the shooter. This is the vile comments that come from the left, people. This is the vile comments and mentality that comes from Clinton's campaign. For those that don't remember, Saeed Farouk and his wife went on a shooting spree, a terrorist shooting spree, at a Christmas party in San Bernardino, California. And also, Joe Biden has come out and said that he knows Hillary has been beaten and battered over her mistakes. She has made all these mistakes, but she's paid for it by being pointed out she made mistakes. So we should forgive her and allow her to be president. Even though she makes all these mistakes, she should be allowed. That would be like saying Charles Manson made a few mistakes and we should let him out of prison. John Wayne Gacy only made a few mistakes and was beaten up on. Beaten and battered. And we shouldn't punish them because they made a few mistakes. You've been listening to the Reaver of Common Sense. I'll be back tomorrow. Same time, same channel. And Kel, it was great to see you back. I've missed you so much. And I'll be back tomorrow, 11 a.m. Everybody, have a great day. You've been listening to the Reaver of Common Sense with its host, Jersey Joe. You can tune in every day, Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, right here on hppundit.com and shrmedia.com.